Alright guys, back for more on the waverunner. On the last video I talked about how great it ran, and I guess it heard me because it decided it wanted to break. Luckily the failure was something very simple, and something that's actually kind of an interesting thing I think to video, because I haven't seen really any coverage of it on YouTube. So basically what happened is the CDI unit failed, and as you're about to see, this is not the original CDI unit. This is actually a CDI unit from a scooter, like a Chinese racing scooter. So what we're going to do, I actually kind of started doing this before I got the parts because I wanted to test it, but I thought, since I noticed that there was nobody online really that has video of this. Sorry, I'm kind of trying the helmet cam jobby. I'm trying to make sure that I can see it, but I think you guys will be able to see it just fine. So what it is this is the electrical box right here. The electrical box is held in by 1, 2, 3 screws. I've already taken the screws out. They all look like this. In fact, I think I put one screw back in and I think it fell out. Hope not. That'll be annoying if it did. No, they didn't. There's all 3 right there. So the deal comes out like this together. Then you can lean it upside down. Then there's a screw here, screw here, screw here, screw here, screw here, and screw there. There's screws in the middle you don't have to take out. And then that will open up what's called the E-box. That's what the jet ski community calls these things, the electrical boxes, the E-box. So here you've got the coil, or starter solenoid rather, and here you got the coil, and then here we've got the CDI. You see this one's got a Yamaha number 6K8-11. Well, if you do any looking about these older 500cc Yamahas like this one, the 6K8-11 CDI box is no longer available from Toyota or Yamaha. So what a lot of guys are doing is like selling used ones on eBay for a whole lot of money, and then some guy figured out, well, hell, CDI boxes are all pretty much the same. That you can just use one out of something more readily available, like a Chinese scooter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it, and I found a wiring diagram on how to match up the misaligned colors to make it happen. And I'm even going to cut the wires off of my original CDI so I can use these factory bullet connectors, because they're still in really good shape. This E-box is actually in amazing shape on the inside. I've seen a lot of way newer jet skis with way less potential hours or whatever on them that have way more corrosion than this one does. So I think it should go without saying that you should probably disconnect the battery before you do this. I didn't, because the CDI is already dead, so I'm not really worried about frying anything. But yeah, I'm taking you guys full on my tour here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery, I guess. Let's be smart about this. Just take the ground loose, because I don't want to just instantly fry the new one. That would be dumb. Ironically, I ordered 2 because the Amazon screwed me on the first one and they didn't send it. It was supposed to be same day delivery, and I'm on day 3 like, yo, I need to have this done by the weekend, and it never came. So kind of sucks. I had some people on the line that wanted to come look at the thing, and I pushed everybody off so I could do this. And now it's about to be the weekend, and I'm gonna have to push everybody off till next week. So that's what happens sometimes whenever you're dealing with stuff like this. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to deliver a good product, so that's what I'm really worried about. I like to sell people something that I would want to buy. Let's see. This wire goes to that, and that also goes to this. Oh yeah, ground. Okay, for the coil. Got it. Got it. I got it, I got it. So, man, I cannot believe how clean this thing is. It's even got all of its like weather pack stuff in it still. That's just really cool. But I'm going to go ahead and get this last ground lug off so I can pull this thing out, and then I'll meet you guys in the garage, and I'll show you how I'm going to swap it over. So I'll be right back. Guys, we're back. So got both CDIs here. Got the new racing Chinese one, and then I've got my Yamaha Hitachi brand one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up. I need to pull up my wiring diagram that I found. This is it. I'm going to put this up on the video so you guys can see it, but I'm just going to put it down right here. So pretty much all I've really got to here is I've got some cutters, some strippers, some shrink wrap, my wiring diagram, my handy dandy Ryobi battery powered soldering iron, and I am going to go ahead and void the warranty on my new one by snipping its factory scooter connector or whatever off, and then I'm going to match up my colors like my diagram shows, which I guess probably would have been smart to check. So the new CDI, let's see here if I can get this to stay open for a second. So I've got the two greens. Those go to the black, which goes to the ground stud. Those are grounds. Black goes to white. Blue goes to white with red stripe. Red goes to brown. Yellow goes to orange. And then you leave the one black off, which is I think the stator, and then you leave the pink off because that's the temp sensor. So we'll just keep those off to the side. Black and pink stay here, and I'm testing a new theory out here because it's too hard to keep the camera where it needs to be. For me, I'm not good at videoing stuff, as you guys already know. So I'm just trying to get basically everything free, where I can keep my hands free, I can still do stuff, and I can still show you guys what I'm doing, because it's too hard. I'm trying to not be like, here's what I'm doing, here's it done. I'm trying to say, here's what I'm doing, here's me doing it, because I feel like that's what you guys want to see more of, and I'm trying to do it fast so I don't waste too much of my time, and I'm trying to also do it where this video is not going to be 4 hours long, because I know that you guys don't want to watch that. So just so you guys know what it is that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make these videos as good as I can for you guys, and I just want to throw this out there. I just hit 100 subscribers, and I'm really happy about that. So thanks to everybody that's been watching these videos and keeping up with what I'm doing. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I do this just for fun, as you guys already know, and the fact that everybody's tuning into all these videos and supporting it, I really appreciate it, guys. So thank you so much. I'm going to keep making them if you guys keep watching them. So thanks again. Really means a lot to me. And just by posting this stuff on Facebook, if you guys follow me on Facebook, my name's Chris Basil. Feel free and follow me on there. I don't really add a bunch of people on Facebook, so if I don't get you right away, send me a message or something. Let me know. You're a YouTube friend. What just happened here? My tool broke. Really? Really? Okay, well, I guess we got to do it the old school way. If you guys don't know, or for you guys that don't know me, I do electrical work for a living, so I try to have all the electrical stuff on deck that I need, but anybody that does electrical stuff knows that you never have what you need. It just never works the way you want it to. And I'm just going to throw this out here too. Super embarrassing how dirty my garage and everything is right now, but I've just got a lot of stuff going on, and I haven't had any chance to clean anything in a while. So sorry about my garage just being a mess and all that stuff. No, it's not what you want to hear, what you want to see, but it's what it is. So I'm going to try to do this as absolutely fast as I can and deliver you guys something that's worth watching, I'm hoping. So And to everybody that reached out to me about the jet ski, thanks guys. Quite a few of my friends on Facebook reached out to me about it, just asking questions and this and that. I had a good friend of mine tell me that his first jet ski that he ever rode was just like this one that we're working on, so that's kind of fun. So what we have now is all of our wires are stripped. I don't know what shrink wrap I need to use. I've got this one shrink wrap that's so small it never seems to work for anything. And I've got this other shrink wrap that's way bigger than what we're doing. This will actually work, so I think I'm going to go with the small stuff. So, okay, let's see, what do we got? So we'll start with yellow goes to orange. Turn the soldering iron back on. Yellow and orange. Where is my soldering robot? I have a little guy that's like a little stand. Here we go. So this thing, it's not a robot, but it what it does is it's got two clamps on it, and you can put your wires together with it, so you don't have to hold them while you solder them. It's real handy. So we'll put our yellow wire in here, like so. Also, just because, just gotta say it. I do it all the time. Make sure you put your wire or your shrink wrap on the wire before you solder it. Just have to say it, guys. I do it all the time. I'm super guilty of doing this, where I stick a wire in here and I don't put it in first. I don't put the shrink wrap on first. So the only reason I say it, because I'm guilty of it. So I'm not going to bring you guys along for the entire resoldering. I feel like that's going to be a waste of time. But I'm just going to show you guys here while we're all here together. My first connection. Got my soldering irons on. Trying to get tinned up here and get warm enough where I can just pull the solder through from the bottom up to the top. I don't know if you guys can see that, but what we're doing is we're pulling the solder through the wire. And of course, just as I could have pinpointed that shrink wrap is so tight, just the heat from the solder. Oh, nope, we might still be good. We might still be good. It was enough to shrink it enough to make it not want to slide over the wire, so let me try and see if I can get this over here. Oh, what a mess. Okay, I don't like this. I'm going to undo it. Oh, guys. Look at me acting like a pro and just screwing it all up. What's new? Here we go. Also, don't know where I put my little gold thing. I lost it. So I'm going to get this thicker shrink wrap. Or, what I might do is be a little smarter about this. Man, I don't like that. My little crimper crimps real hard. Just do my deal here. I'm going to put it down this wire because this is a lot more length. And then I'll be able to slide this over. So what you want to do, if you can, I mean, I say all this stuff like you guys are going to do this. You know, I get it. You know, this is kind of an odd job, but you really just want to make your soldering area comfortable if you can. And it's really hard to do it, but if you can get everything to kind of sit where you want it to, this isn't going to work. It's just too tight. I'm going to have to use my other shrink wrap. This way I don't have to worry about it. And you know, you don't have to solder this stuff. I just prefer soldering. I enjoy soldering. It's fun. You don't have to solder anything. You can just use non-insulated connectors or insulated connectors, or just do whatever works best for you. It really doesn't matter. Connections are the same. Some people will even argue that soldering is worse because, or it doesn't work as good because you're not. It'll break free with vibration and stuff. You know, I'm not going to dispute that. It will. But I think this is going to make a good connection. So, made my first connection here, passed the pull test, we're good. We've got it all the way on there. So we'll just do that, and I'll find a heat source to shrink that up, and I'm going to pop back in here in a second with these all connected, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. And then we'll go out to the jet ski and we'll test it together and see if it works. Alright guys, here we are, connected up. Let's go see if this works. I did just realize that there was an extra wire that wasn't accounted for from my picture, so that's not really a great sign. But you know, you got no ideas until you try, I guess. So here we go. So we're just going to plug this bad boy back in, hook all of our matching colors back up. Or not. Don't know. Brown, brown. White, white. Pink, don't use. I think it was pink and yellow, don't use. I don't know. Where did that yellow come from? That must not have been hooked up to anything in the first place. Okay, well that makes me feel a little better about it. Yeah, pink and black are not used. You know, that may be for a different feature that perhaps this model doesn't have. This is one of the earlier models, so they did change these things a little bit as time went on. So it's very possible that that yellow wire that mine doesn't have may have been for something that this ski doesn't have. In fact, I'm going to do this a little different. They had it where this was way on the bottom. I'm just going to put this down a little lower. I'll put the coil thing on top here. And this is the ground strap, so you are going to want to make sure that you get this snugged down, or else you're not going to be grounding. You want to be grounded for all your electricals to work good. Luckily, the way that this is hooked up, I should be able to tell if this is working pretty much right off the bat. Should be able to just hook the battery back up, put the key on, and it should fire up. Okay. Alright, so here we are. I'm just going to set this off to the side here. I want to see if I can see this light on it. I don't know if it's going to make any difference, but I just want to see it. See if that light comes on or something when you put the key on. The picture I saw on PWC Today forum, which is where I got all this from, showed the guy drilled a couple holes in the plastic, and he used that as the mount for the new CDI and zip tied it in there. Probably going to do that too. This is really just a test. You know, you read stuff on forums and you don't know if it's going to work or not, so I kind of like to do my own little testing. It's been a long time since I've taken info off of a forum and actually tried it, so. But I just didn't want to pay $300 for a friggin' CDI for this thing. That's crazy. So let's turn the fuel on. I'm super excited because I've been messing with this thing, or waiting for this all week, and just really want to try it. What? See it sparking? Cool. Let's give it some choke and see if it'll start. Oh yeah. Well guys, sorry my neighbor's sawing stuff, but that's it. It started. That worked. I can't believe it. I cannot believe that worked. That is so freaking cool. So yeah, I'm gonna get, just so excited. That's freaking awesome. So sorry, need to put a caution headphone users thing on that last deal I just did. Probably smoked everybody's eardrums. What I need to do is mount this guy. Probably going to take this and this and tape them up. Just get them out of here so they don't ground on anything. I don't know exactly what they do, but I don't care. I'm going to stuff this all in here and I'm going to mount that like this. And I'll click back in once I have it final mounted here, show you guys how I did it. And then we'll be good. I'm going to put it back together. So, cool. Okay everybody, we're back. We're done. We're finished. So what I did was I drilled a hole right here, I drilled a hole right there, and I drilled a hole through there. Took off the coil, took off the solenoid, and that's where I ran some zip ties through to mount the CDI in here, so it's good and firm, right? So now it's a complete unit. I went ahead and shrink wrapped these two unused wires, and just for heads up, this is a stator wire and this is a temp sensor. I want to throw out a disclaimer. So this, by doing this, you are also eliminating the rev limiter on this, and you're eliminating the temperature overheat limit. So if this thing gets too hot, the factory CDI will limit you to 2,500 RPMs. So, you know, something I'd maybe be more concerned about if this thing was going to like be seeing all day service ever again, or if this thing wasn't already 35 something years old. But you know, this thing's not going to get ridden like across a lake in the rest of its life. It's just not. I can safely say that this thing's never going to get ridden for more than like 10 minutes at a time. You know, it's fine. Just don't run it out of the water and you won't overheat it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I just wanted to throw a disclaimer out there for everybody out there in the world to know that this does technically disable some factory features. But, you know, if you're like me, you're probably like, I don't care about a rev limiter and I don't care about that either. So that's why I did it, because I don't care about that stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to put it back together. Put a couple of these screws back in and get my gasket lined back up, because this is important. This is probably the most important part of this job. You make sure you get this sucker back on here right, because if you don't, this thing will get water in it and all of your new repaired stuff's not going to last very long. So I'm going to put 2 screws in so you guys can see. I also took the battery cable back off before I started putting things together, because I didn't want to accidentally like short something out. So long wires, long screws, got some long screws, got some short screws. Got some screws. Oh, those, never mind. These are discarded. Those are from the old CDI. Don't worry about those there, guys. Those are mechanic deletes, as my friend Steven likes to call them. And I'm lazy, so I'm using an electric screwdriver. Okay. Got one more long screw on the other side, and we have the e-box back together. Okay, so we're back together, we're sealed up. Everybody's cool, everybody's happy. This thing goes back right here. Come on. Come on. Come on, screw. Start. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Hardest thing about doing this is to be able to do things in a timely manner, so I can do it fast enough that you guys care to want to finish the video. Not like it matters really that much if you guys do or not, I don't think, but... Okay, so I'm done with that. I'm going to keep that out for the ground. Done with that. Done with my drill. Just got to get my... I thought I got my electric ratchet out so I could zip this back together real quick, but I don't know what I did with it. I swear I got it out. I swear I brought it over here. You guys are probably looking at it. Oh, duh, it's sitting on top of the jet ski. Here we are. Alright guys, so we're back together. I'm going to put the links to this CDI box on in the description of the video. It is for a GY6 designation Chinese scooter, which if you know anything about Chinese scooters, that chassis is used on a bunch of stuff, so it's pretty common. Also, I'm going to put a link, well, probably not going to link the PWC Today thing, but I'm going to put a picture of the wiring diagram on the video. I might just pause it for a second so you guys can look at it. Screenshot it, do whatever you need to do. If you're trying to do this repair yourself, you can do it. It's really not very hard. It doesn't require any crazy skills. You don't have to solder it. I just did that to do it, but you don't have to. Okay, battery's back on. All good. Happy day. Before you slam it, ram it. Just so you can see, we're all back together, happy. Get our new key. Ooh, gross. Once you get it warmed up, rock and roll. Fixed. Sweet. Yeah, sometimes this thing's a little tricky to start, but anyways guys, as you can can see, that is how you put a GY6 CDI on a Yamaha WaveRunner500. I believe this also works for the Yamaha Wave Jammer. So thanks for watching, guys. Chris Basil Builds. Feel free to like this video, share it, subscribe it. If you need help fixing your Wave Runner, I hope this helped you. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later.